Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this grooming is for the two companies, that is Quniox and bottom line. Okay. So what is that? Just give me a second. Yes, that is Quniox and bottom line. Okay. So this grooming is all about two companies, and we will learn the question pattern. How will be the question can be asked in this particular companies. Okay. And we'll try to discuss some of the programs. Okay, grooming will go for 3 days, 2 to 3 days. That I will inform in the schedule. Okay, so but keep a note of these things also. So in this today's session, we will discuss about the question on the pattern, that is Java pattern. So we will discuss for the okay, that is Java question pattern for grooming. So what we're gonna discuss on this pattern is we'll discuss about some important concepts like constructor, okay, and we'll talk about from method overloading versus overriding, and then we'll go for the oops concept. Then we'll go with the all the pillars of oops, that is encapsulation, okay, inheritance, polymorphism. Then we'll go for the abstraction, then inter. Then we will discuss what is the object class. Okay, just remove this one. The object class, exceptions. Okay. In the exception, we will see the difference between throws and throw. And we will go with the some like wrapper classes also, which is very important. So there is wrapper classes. Okay. So we'll try to discuss all these concepts. Okay, in the session. And we will also discuss some of the very important programming question as well as pattern question for that particular group. Okay, so I suggest everyone to attend the grooming for all the consecutive days. If you are having any class on that particular timing, okay, you guys can skip the class. We will give you the backup, but it is mandatory to attend the grooming. But still, if you feel any doubt, please you can come and talk to me. Yes, I hope I'm clear to everyone. Yes, everybody. You guys can type your answer also in the chat section, or you can
Yes.
turn on your mic and speak. Okay, if you will not respond, I will ask you to turn on your camera and answer. All right. So shall we start with the grooming, guys? Okay, so I know that you guys are good in Java, but there is some loopholes which you guys are having. Okay, so we'll try to cover all those things in the session. Okay. So let me open my paint. Most of the time I write in the paint. So we'll open the paint and I'll put the screenshot. And in the last, I will share you this file also that you can consider your grooming pattern. So just give me a minute. Let me settle down the things. Anybody type any message in the chat section? Yes, anyone just write anything in the chat section. Okay, it's not visible for me. Okay, cool, Sanket. Okay, now let us go with the grooming part. So we will start with the Java. Okay, you guys will understand know that there is a lot of things in Java, but I'll discuss only those points which I feel very, very important, which I find out the most repetitive question in the interviews. Okay, so I will not start with what is typecasting, data, literals, everything, and all those things. Okay, I'll start this session from the topic called as array. So we all know that what is array? Array means you can store homogeneous collection of elements. So basically, what do you mean by homogeneous collection means type of that particular element is same. Now, what do you mean by the type? Type means if this is an array, okay, this is an array and it consists of blocks. These are what? Continuous allocation of memory. So let's say this is one array and so this is one array and this is what you can say is having the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Always in the arrays, index will start from the zeros. Okay. Whenever you create, this will create in some memory and it will generate some address. And that address we will store in some reference variable of. Now, what is the different thing? We will store the values in that. Let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. First thing in this array is what? What is the size of array? What is the size of array? Yes. Okay, that is what the mistake you guys are doing. Size is all what? Number of blocks. So size is 7, but index start from 0 and it will go to 6. Are you guys getting? You can count. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Size is 7, but index will start from 0 to 6. So can you guys tell me if the size of an array is 12, what is the last index of it? What is the last index of it? Everybody, there is always
11.
size. Yes, correct. That is 11. Okay, so this is the first thing. Most of the people are confused. Why I am telling this one? Because there is one syntax. Okay, there is one syntax in which we have to write the size. What is the syntax to create this one? It is, let's say I want to create for integer a new int, and here I have to mention the size. That size is what we are talking. Are you guys getting? That is what the size is, and that is how you can declare the. You can declare and initialize the. Okay. Next thing, if you talk about the memory interpretation, okay, memory interpretation is same like that. Now there is one more thing in the array. What is that called as accessing the element? So this is the array. How will you access the element? So you can access the element. Okay, I write it here. You can access the element. What is the syntax of accessing? Suppose if this is an array, okay, we'll take the array here. If let's say this is the array, if this is the array and we want to access. So how would you access the element? First of all, what do you mean by access? Access means to get that particular element. So what I have to do is I have to write a of 0. If I write a of 0, what will be the value? 10. Correct? If I write a of 0, value will be 10. If I write a of 1, value will be 20. If I write a of 2, value will be 30. If I write a of 5, value will be 60. If I write a of 6, value will be 7. If I write a of 7, in that case, you will get one beautiful error called as array index. Okay, I will write it properly. You will get something called as array index out of bound exception. When you get array index out of bound exception, when you try to access the index, when you try to access this index 7, which is not present in the array, that kind you will get an exception called as array index out of bound exception. Are you guys getting? So that is how you can access the element, and that is what called as array index out of bound exception. Okay. After that, there is one more thing in the arrays. What is that? Called as null pointer exception. So let us see what is that null pointer exception. I'll write it here. Null pointer exception. Anybody know what is null pointer exception? Anyone? What is null pointer exception? Okay. So let me write the code for it. Okay. Very simple words. I'll tell you. Okay, one second. Let me close it. Okay. So I'll create a folder here. So I'll create a file here. Let's say Java B1. And suppose if you declare array, suppose if you declare a array, and say int a, and you have declared it to the null. If you print a, what you will get in that case? You will get null. That is print ln, and what you will get? If you try to print a, what you will get? What is there in the a? Null. So what you will get? You will get the null. Okay, I'll show you also. I will save it by the name B1. It is already there. I save it by the name B2. I will save it and I will compile the program. Give me a minute. Let me properly arrange the things. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll compile it. You guys can see it. Oh, caption is generated. Nice. So I will clear the screen and I'll try to compile the program called as b2.java. I'll execute it Java b2. You guys can see I'm printing a, that's what I'm getting the null. So if I try to access the length of that particular array, since it is not declared, and in that case, if I try to access any variable, any function inside the array, I will get an exception called as null pointer exception. You guys can see what exception I am getting. I am getting null pointer exception. Are you guys getting? So this is what very important. That is called as null pointer exception. Yes, how will you define it? When you try to declare an array, okay, and when you pass null to it, and if you try to access its length, in that case you will get null pointer. Yes, so I'll write it here. So I will include array also in that. arrays, and I will go with the first topic, arrays. So what is array? Array is a continuous block of memory used to store same type of value. Okay. Index start from 0 to size minus, we can create array with the help of syntax. What is the syntax? So syntax is like, let's say int a is equals to new int, and there we have to mention the, then we have something called as one error called as array index out of bounds exception. What is array index out of bound exception? If we try to access the array index equal to or greater than or equal to the size of the object, greater than or equal to the size of the array, we will get array index out of bounds exception. Then next thing in the array is null pointer exception. What is null pointer exception? If we try to access, if we declare a array and initialize with a null and try to access the length of the array, in that case we will get null pointer exception. Yes, that is what all about the array. I will paste the screenshot for you. Just give me a minute. Hmm. So I hope you guys are clear with the array. Now let us go with the next topic called as constructor. Okay. So what do you mean by constructor? Everybody, constructor is used. Anyone, can you guys tell me the definition? What do you mean by constructor? Yes. Yes, whose name is same as class name to create the. Okay. Sanket. Constructor is not used to create the object. Constructor is a special non-static member, special non-static member used to load the values. Are you guys getting? Constructor is a special non-static member used to load the non-static members of a object. Okay. New keyword create the object. See what will happen. A lot of people will have confusion. I'll tell you. What is that? New keyword. Okay. How will you create an object first? Let's say there is a class name called as hello. What will you do? You will create an object. Hello. Class name. Hello. H is equals to new hello constructor. Okay. That is how you guys will create the class. So what will happen? This is assignment operator, and first RHS will get evaluated. New keywords creates a block, creates a memory or a block in which area? In this area. Then constructors start loading the members. Constructors start loading the members. Are you guys getting? This is how constructor thing is. Constructor load the member, new keyword create a memory in the heap area. Once new keyword create memory, it start loading the numbers. Are you guys getting? Now in the constructor also, okay, how many types of constructor you know? There is three types of constructor. First one is called as no argument constructor. Second one is parameterized constructor. Third one is default constructor. So let us discuss one by one. Okay, first let me paste this code also for you so that you guys can remember the things properly. Yes. So let us start with one by one. What is no argument constructor? What is no argument constructor? When we pass no argument in the constructor, that is called as no argument constructor. What is argument or parameterized constructor? Parameterized constructor when we pass one or more than one arguments in the constructor, that constructor is known as no parameterized constructor. Now, what is default constructor? The default constructor means when there is, or we can say when a programmer forgot to add the constructor, compiler will add default constructor. How default constructor look like? It will look like no argument constructor, but it is added by the compiler. Are you guys clear with this constructor? If you have any doubt, any confusion, you guys can ask. Yes, anybody? Any doubt? All right. Okay. Now we will move for our next topic, that is OOPS concept. Okay, then we will go for method overloading and method override. Okay, or we'll go first method overloading versus method override. So let us first go with what is method overloading. What do you mean by method overloading? When a class consists of same method name and same argument, that is called as same argument, same name, different argument. That is called as yes, that is called as method overload. Okay. But if method consists of same name and same argument, we will get compile time error. Yes. For example, let me open the paint. So what do you mean by method overloading? Okay, let's say in a class there is one method called as add integer. So what it is doing? It is adding. Add two numbers, add two integer number you can say. And we have one more method called as add and it will adding two double number. That is called as what? Add two double numbers. That is called as method overloading. That is called as method overloading. In interview, they can ask question, what is the difference between method overloading and method overriding? So to answer that question, first you should know what is method overloading. Understood. But what if you write the same name and same argument? Both you will write integer, then it will give you compile time error. Okay, I'll show you what I want to say is, let me open the edit plus. Okay, where is my edit plus? And I will write the program for it. So you can see I will write one method here. Let's say public static void and let's say and it will add integer and I will do system dot out dot println. Okay. And I will say let's say integer. I'll create one more method, but this time I will create it to double and I will print it double. So if I pass add and I pass 10 or 12, what will be the output of the program? Yes, so I'll compile it, Java C b2.java. Okay, what is there? Okay, I have to take the variable int a and double b. You guys can see it is going for the that is what is called as method overloading. So I will take the screenshot of it, keep it in your notes. Okay. Now will go for the next one that is called as method overriding. What do you mean by method overriding? Anybody? What is method overriding? Yes, yes, come on, tell me what is that overriding? I want answer. Overriding, I'm asking Utkarsh. That is overloading. That is what I'm telling. There is a difference between overriding and overloading. So, what is overriding? Yes, hiding the, I'll write it here, the, yes, correct, hiding the superclass method implementation with subclass method implementation with subclass method implementation is called as method overriding. Okay, so there will be some set of rules which we need to follow. So what are the rules we need to follow? Method name should be same. Return type should be same. If you do like this, you can do method override. Okay, so that is what called as method overriding. And yes, superclass method implementation. Yes, correct, Sanket. So this is what called as method overloading and method override. Okay, now we will go with the oops concept. So what is oops concept? So oops stand for oops stands for object oriented programming system. Okay, what oops will do? Oops convert. What oops will do? What is the main purpose of oops concept? Real time problems into oops convert real time problem into programming. Yes, can you guys tell me what oops convert? Don't know. It will convert the real time problem scenarios into the programming language. How it will convert? The properties will be converted into variables and the behaviors will be converted into methods. Okay, after that there is something called as class. So what is class? It is used to store, it is a non-primitive data type, it is a non-primitive data type. Okay. It is used to store variables and methods. We can also call it as called as blueprint of a class or object, also called as blueprint of a object. Correct. Now, what do you mean by object? So, object means any real-time entity is called as object. After that, oops consists of first it consists of something called as encapsulation. Yes, what is encapsulation? Process of binding properties and behavior of an object into the class is called as encapsulation. Okay. What is the advantage of encapsulation? What is the advantage of encapsulation? The advantage of encapsulation is data hiding. Correct. Now, what do you mean by data hiding? So, it's very simple. Data hiding means instead of giving direct access to the member of the class, we will give we will give restricted access with the help of getter and setter method. Getter and setter. So what is getter method? It is used to read the private member. Okay, and how will you achieve data hiding? Sorry, one more point you write. We can achieve data hiding with the help of which keyword? With the help of private. So once you make it private, you can access it with the help of getter and setter. So it is used to access the private member. Okay. Return type, I will write it here. Return type of getter is depend on the attribute. Is depend on the attribute. What is setter? Setter method. Anybody? Okay, just give me a minute. I will be back. Till that, you tell me what is the setter method. Write your answer in the chat section. Yes, all set. Yes. So what is that set method? Correct. It is used to write it. It is used to modify the private member. Return type is what? Can you guys tell me what is the return type? Return type is void. Correct. What do you mean by void? Void means nothing. Yes, correct. Okay, so that is all about the encapsulation. Now the second pillar is called as inheritance. Inheritance. Okay. What is that inheritance? Let us see. So what is that inheritance? That is acquiring the process of acquiring properties and behavior from parent, also called as super class, to child class, also called as subclass. Okay, so there is here there is five types of inheritance. What is that? Single inheritance, okay. Multi-level inheritance. Third one is multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. Next one is hierarchical inheritance. Okay. Some people pronounce it hierarchical. Okay, it is not something chical chukal. It is hierarchical inheritance. And the next is hybrid uh, hybrid inheritance. Okay. So in this one, the very important thing that I would like to discuss is called as multiple inheritance. So what is multiple inheritance? In very simple word. So when a subclass consists of more than one superclass, more than one superclass is called as multiple inheritance. Okay, it is we cannot support it in Java. Okay. Instead of giving the solution, or we can say here, it is not supported of Java or restricted in Java. Restricted in Java. Instead of giving the solution, Java community restricted the syntax. Why they have restricted the syntax? Because there is a problem. What is the problem? Let us try to understand. Okay, so color it, color. So let's say this is what when a subclass consists of more than one parent class. Let's say it is class A, this is class B, this is class C, and they are connected. Now, in order to load the member, you know that we have to create the object for child class. Yes, we have to create the object for child class. When you create the object, what will you write? You will write C. obj is equals to new c. Now the thing is, whenever you create an object in the constructor, the first statement is called as super call statement. What is the work of super call statement? It is used to call the constructor of super class. Now two super classes will be there, so compiler will get confused which class member I will load, and this is called as diamond problem. This is called as a diamond problem. Okay, that is the reason instead of giving the solution, they have restricted the syntax only. Okay, so the problem, I'll write it here, is about problem is called as diamond problem. Are you guys getting? Can we solve diamond problem? Yes, we can solve diamond problem with the help of interfaces. With the help of interfaces, not with the help of class. Okay. Now let us go for the next one called as polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? Very simple. If an object exhibit more than one form is called as polymorphism. Yes, sir, can you give me any real-time example? Wonderful example I will give you now. Okay, you can see your heart will come into your mouth by this example. Just give me a second. Okay. Let's say this is you. Beautiful. Okay. This is you, and let's say you went to your friend place. Friend. There is one of a college friend, mechanical guy, and you went there, and that guy slap you. Not in the some mean or some sense, just like normal guys friend slap your face. Then what will happen? You feel bad. You will think like, what is going on? Why he slapped me? And you start fighting. Yes or no? But same concept. If any of your friend, okay, from different gender will slap your face, then what will happen? You know what will happen? Would you like to answer this question, or I'll answer? Tell me, anybody, what will happen? Yes, I am waiting for your answers.
Yes, yes. Are you getting my question? Yes or no? Are you getting my question?
Yes, sir.
Now I guess I'm audible.
Yes or no? Reply anything. I'm not able to hear anything. Anybody turn on your mic, speak something. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अरे जल्दी बोल भाई पंद्रह निकलना है मुझको. Listen. Yes. So what will happen if anybody will slap your face? What will happen? सर मैं तो अपना गाली नहीं धोऊंगा सर 4 दिन के लिए. Yes or no? Behavior. Are you guys getting my example? You guys can don't give this example, okay? In interview, what example you can give? You can give an example of switch. You know switch. Same button, two behavior on and off. Mobile phone, you can call, you can click a picture. Same thing, different behavior. Everything is what polymorph. So, what is the example you guys can give? You guys can give the example of switch, mobile phone, behavior of a person. Okay, that is called as polymorphism. Are you guys getting everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Today you guys are in depression. What happened? Nobody is speaking. You guys are Mohan Vrat today. Yes. Sola Sombar. Oh, no problem. You can type your answer, but you have to respond. So polymorphism is of two types. Two types. Oh, types it is. What is that? First one is called as runtime polymorphism. Again, that runtime polymorphism is of two types. What is that? Method overriding. Now you guys know what is overriding. And what is next? Derived type casting. That is also called as non-primitive type casting. The second type of polymorphism is what? Called as compile time polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism. It is again of two types. What is that? Constructor overloading and methods. Anybody? Then we will move for abstraction and interface. Anyone? Any doubt? So let us go for the next one called as abstraction. What do you mean by abstraction? Okay, so what is the next? Next one is called as abstraction. Okay, what do you mean by abstraction? Yes, the process of hiding the implementation. The process of hiding the implementation is called as abstraction. Okay, can you guys give me any real-time example of abstraction? That is what? ATM machine. Or you can say car gearbox. How you can say car gearbox? We know which gear to use, but we don't know what is the internal mechanism of that particular gear. That is called as abstraction. In abstraction, you should know what is called as abstract classes. What is abstract class? A class with abstract method. Then it is mandatory to prefix the class by abstract keyword. Then it is mandatory to prefix the class by abstract keyword. Now, what do you mean by abstract method? So, abstract method means a method with no body ended up by semicolon and prefixed by abstract keyword. Prefixed by abstract keyword is called as abstract method. Okay, so now the next concept which come into picture is called as interface. So why we are learning interface? Because we cannot achieve 100% abstraction. So we can achieve 100% abstraction. We can achieve 100% abstraction with the help of interfaces. Okay, interface consists of three members. Anybody, what do you mean by three members? What are those members? Yes, what is that three members? The first one is abstract non-static method. Yes, what is abstract non-static method? Yes, correct. Sanket Priya. So what do you mean by abstract non-static method? Okay. The next one is static concrete method, and the last one is static final variable. Yes, final variable means what? Final is a keyword in Java. Final is a keyword in Java. Once we give value, we cannot change that. Correct? That is called as interfaces. Now there is one more thing called as in what is that? Inheritance in interfaces. So you know that we can do it with the help of which keyword? Implements keyword is used to achieve interface, to achieve inheritance in interface. How will you connect a class and a interface? Which keyword will you use? Implement. If you want to connect two interfaces, you will use implement or extends. If you want to connect two interfaces, what do you require? Which keyword you require? Extends. Correct. So you write it here. We can connect two interfaces with the help of extends keyword. Yes, so that is what all about OOPS concept. The main thing which you need to remember in the OOPS concept is that for every concept, okay, I will write it here, very important note. For every OOPS concept, for every pillar of OOPS, you should know definition, you should know definition, followed by one example, code example, followed by one real time example. Are you guys getting? This is how you have to prepare this topic in the OOPS concept. Understood? Every pillar of OOPS, you should know the definition, followed by one coding example. Okay, in interview they will ask code. Okay, only definition will not work, followed by one real time example. This is how you have to go for the OOPS concept. Now let us go for the next one. Okay, we are done with all those things. Now we will go with the object class. So very important topic, object class. We will go. Okay, so let me go with this object class. Yes. What do you mean by object class? It is the supermost class in Java. Okay, it is present in which package? Lang package or util package? Yes, it is present in java.lang package. Do we need to import this package or it is by default imported? Do we need to import this package or it is by default imported? Yes, it is by default imported. Okay, only we need to we don't have to import this lang package. Other than lang package, we have to import all the packages. How will you import that? By using the import keyword. Okay, now very important question. Yes. Can we create can we create object for object class? Can we create object for object class? Answer is yes. We can create object for object class. Let us go with one example. Subtitles. Yes. So I write it this one. You guys can notice. So my question is very simple. Can I create object for object class? I'll write it here. Can I create object for object class? So how to create object? You know that I will write object obj is equals to new obj cet, and I will print this obj. What is there in the obj? What is there in the obj? Address. Address of whose? Address of object class. So we have already written. Let us verify that also. Java C v2 dot java, and we'll say Java v2. Can you guys see what is the address it is coming? That is java.lang.package. This is what I'm saying. Answer is yes. We can create the object for object class. I'll set I'll set the answer. Now there is important method in the object class. So methods of object class. What is the method of object class? There is 11 methods, but the important one is public string, toString. Why it is used? Okay, again I'm telling I've seen lot of people, they won't remember the definition, they won't remember the all the methods of object class. They will say only three. If I found anyone, I'll cut your head. So make sure that you guys know all the 11 method names properly. So what is the use of toString? ToString is used to convert the address or the reference into the which format? String format. Okay, same like that. There is one more method. What is that called as? Public int hash code. Okay, so it is used to convert the address into which format? Integer format, and every object is associated. I will write it here. Every object is associated with the integer value called as hash code. There is one more method called as public boolean equals method. I will pass here object reference. What is the use of equal method? Equal method is used to compare the references, of an object. Lot of methods are there, but these three are very, very important. Now we will move for the topic called as wrapper classes. So there is 9 wrapper classes. Okay, what is that 9 wrapper classes? Integer, character, boolean, double, float. Other than that, which one is there? Byte, short, int, long, double, float, character. Then last one is they all are called as wrapper class. Now there is one concept called as boxing. There is one concept called as boxing. What is that boxing? So boxing means the process of converting a primitive data type, yes, a primitive data type into the object type is called as boxing. And how we can do boxing? We can do boxing with the help of one method called as value of method. With the help of one method called as value of method. And value of method is static method. We can call static method by the name or with the help of class name as reference. So what I'm saying is, let me do the practical of it. Okay, I'll show you how we can do this. So let me open this edit plus, and I will write code for you guys only. Okay, I will write the code for boxing, everything. So what is boxing? Converting a primitive data type into what? Object type. So what is that? It's very simple. I will take one A is equals to 10. And this is an primitive data type. I want to convert it into object type. So how we can do that with the help of value of method. And value of method is present in the every wrapper class. I'll say value of and I will pass the and I will store this address into the sorry I will store this object reference into the one variable called as OB. Yes. So what if I print A and OBJ? What do you think? If I print A and OBJ, what will get? Yes, take 2 minutes of time and think what I am discussing. Okay. We are converting a primitive data type into object type. How you can do that with the help of a method called as value of method. Now, what is value of method? Value of method is a static method. What are static methods? Static method is a method which we can call with the help of static with the help of class name as reference or we can call it as directly. So every wrapper class consists of value of method. That is the reason I am calling it with the help of class name as reference. Understanding everybody. Yes. So let me compile this program. So where is the compiler? Java C B2 dot Java B2. Are you guys getting the 10 is converted into the object of 10? This is called as boxing. Okay, so I will just take the screenshot and I will go for that and I will paste it. Yes, in the same concept of boxing, what we can do is we can directly do that. We can directly do that, and that is called as auto boxing. Okay, auto boxing. So, what is auto boxing? We can do boxing automatically from JDK 1.5 version onwards, and it is called as auto box. Okay, and it is done by the compiler. So what I want to say is you guys can look at this code. So I will do the auto boxing. So how we do the auto boxing? It's very simple. You guys have a look on it. So auto boxing means again I will convert this integer a, but this time I will directly write integer obj is equals to a, and I will print a and obj. Am I using anything called as value of method here? Look at the code and tell me. Am I calling anything called as value of method in this code? Yes or no? No. What about other people? Okay. So let me compile this code. I'll save the program and I will compile it. Yes. Can you guys observe that? We are getting the same output and I'm not using anything called as value of method. That is called as auto boxing and it is done by the compiler automatically. Yes. So that is what the example is there for boxing. Same like that, there is one more process called as unboxing. Unboxing is the reverse process of boxing. So there is one more thing called as unboxing. So what is unboxing? Let me write the definition here. The process of converting an object type into primitive data type is known as unboxing. Are you guys getting? That is called as unboxing. How we can do that? I'll show you there. So I will try to convert unboxing. I will write it here unboxing, which means converting an object into primitive data. Converting an object into primitive data. So I will first take an object, let's say integer. 1 second. Integer obj is equals to 10. That is what object. I want to convert it into data type. So what I will do, I will use one method called as int value method. Okay, I will write it as int value method and I will store it in integer number. It is int a. And again, if I try to print a and obj, and if I will get the output as 10, I can say unboxing done successfully. I will print a and I will print obj also. I will save it. Let me compile the code. Java C b2 dot java. Who is spelling mistake? Java C b2 dot java java d. Are you getting the same output? That is called as unboxing, and that method is called as int value method. If you convert character, sorry, if you convert double, it will become double value method. Okay, whatever the integer you will take, it will depend on that particular number. So let me take the screenshot of this also. Copy and I will paste it. Yes. So we are done with the object class as well as wrapper class. Okay. Exception we will discuss in the next session. Okay. So some few points which you have to remember for your next session. So you have to prepare for palindrome number. What is palindrome number? Okay. Tomorrow we will do the coding and we'll go for Armstrong number. Okay. Then we have to go for what is prime number. You have to just go through all these questions. Are you guys getting? I will discuss, but you have to read it once. Okay, if you come without reading tomorrow, it will not good for you. So try to Google it, read it, and come tomorrow session. Okay. Tomorrow will timing will be the same. If there is any update in the timing, we will update it in the Skype group. Okay, grooming will go. Tomorrow you will learn a lot. We will do the pattern programming and we'll see how the question will be asked in the interviews. Understood? Everyone? Yes. So that's all about today's session. You guys can leave the session. I will share this file into your Skype groups. Okay. Yes. Got it. That's all for today, guys. You can leave the session. Bye bye.